What's up, guys? Bear Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to do something that I've really never done on this account ever since the new upgraded Starspawn, Star Energy integration, all that thing started up. There is something that came along with that, and in reality, I don't think I've gotten really anything over what I would call a D tier on these. And we're going to do that today. We have 41 of those. What are they called again? Hold on. Is there a name for them? Can I click on them? Hold on. Let me go find the name before we jump into this. They are called Star Destiny Cookies. So if we jump into this event, not even event, because of the event, we have some cookies and stuff like that. We are still in the process of upgrading our Starspawn. We have most of them to level 140. We have three of them up to 180. One of them is just waiting for the end of this next event, essentially, or the rotation of Void Arc. And we should have enough to get this one up to level 100. And then we're slowly working these guys up to the highest tier. Damage reduction, HP, block, armor. This one's the only one that has a nice little bonus, a little extra holy damage, which is nice, but it's not a ton. Kind of is what it is. This one, of course, is one of the best because of all damage dealt. However, it's not as valuable nowadays, simply because when we take a look at things like our treasure train, we're getting ridiculous amounts of stats now of all damage dealt. We're at 30.5, so an increase on a Starspawn of maybe just like another % or so. It isn't that big of a deal. It really isn't. Now, like I said, most of these are still in the D tier. If you guys don't know how these work, I think I actually have the image files, and we can go over that real quick as a preface to show you guys exactly how the tier system on this works. So I know this is really small, but it actually works out because all of my files kind of show up down the bottom here as well. If you notice the color coordination, they match a lot to what you see when it comes to your soul awakenings for your heroes. You have an E tier here, goes up to a D tier into a C tier, same color purple. B tier is blue, A tier is red, S tier is the orange, and then there's like the super SSS high roll. I don't know if I've ever seen this one. I've actually seen this one a couple times. I don't think I've ever seen that. Sadly, there's no animation for this either. I really wish there was, but you guys can see this is going to be your guide. E, D, C, B, A, S, and SSS is what we're going to go for these Starspawn awakenings, we're going to call them. Now, there's a couple that are very good to go for. Honestly, I don't really think I'm going to go for the big new ones. I mean, armor break is nice, but that's kind of building up on our other heroes. Crit damage, we're already getting tons of crit damage. We don't really need more all damage dealt because, again, it's only going to be a minor percentage, and that's not going to be a huge upgrade. There are a couple that are interesting. You can go for the ones that have like control immunity offset. That's actually really strong, especially now that we have Therapist of Blood Betty. There's dodge offset, which is just really nice. It's one of the only ways to get around heroes that have dodge, like Sword Flash She and stuff. But I really want to go for the Spirit of Cold Blood first and foremost because, well, Maim is a very unique stat. We have 25% right now, and you'll notice there's only one other place that we have it, and that was recently in one of the most recent events, and I think the Maim only counts in what, Void campaign? Yeah, we have an additional 11% Maim in Void campaign only. I kind of want more Maim in more places, to be honest. Because what it does is deals more damage as the target loses HP, up to a bonus 25%. This is another reason why it's close having a Lord of Fear Aspen hit in Star Expedition at 100% to the 70% mark and under 59. But the more percentage Maim you get, the better he's actually going to do in that lower tier because he has another multiplier that's getting added in. And it should be pretty good. So let's jump in here. If you guys have never seen this happen, we've already have 125%, which is why this is up to 25 instead of the default 20, I believe. Yeah, an extra, because essentially with this, if this is at 100%, it's just at 20. We have an additional 25.2%, so that gives us an additional 5%, aka 20% of 20. Right? Yeah. 5? No, it should be 4. I don't know, somewhere in that ballpark. You guys know I hate doing math when it's live. I can do it if I'm just thinking about it or watching somebody else do it. Stuff doing it on my own. So fingers crossed, we got 41 of these. I'm hoping one of these hits something good. Again, I've never seen, I don't think I even have, I think I have like a C tier, but that's about it. Oh man. I would so take it. We actually got a C tier, but the attack is the high roll. The Maim is not. So we're going to have to keep going and see what we can find here. 105. All these are like negative in the Maim category. And like I said, the Maim is going to be the most important stat on this. Feels bad to pass up 145% fixed attack, but in reality, we got so much like diluted amounts of attack nowadays. Okay, that's actually really good. So we're up to 132%, so that added an additional 1.4% Maim. The question is, do we keep going for more? The answer, I think, is absolutely yes. I think so. I think so. So let's keep going. Maybe we get this super high tier roll for additional damage. That would be amazing if we could. In reality, I should probably spread these around to other Starspawn to get better stats and everything, but I'm just really hyper focused on Maim right now just because of the amount of extra damage it can do. Of course, it doesn't really do anything when they're at 100% HP, but that's where Defier comes in, and it's kind of a nice little balance between Defier and Maim. 30% at the beginning, 25% later on. It kind of keeps your damage a little bit more equalized. So far, I mean, I'm happy we got a C tier, I'll be honest. That's a pretty good C tier. Oh my god, again. No, why can't we get the upgrade on the Maim? And you can kind of... Ooh, that's another increase. So 148 puts us up to 29.7 plus the 11-ish%. So we're up over 40% Maim now. And you can see you can deal up to that extra amount of damage. So if you have the 11.1, now we're up to an additional 40% damage. And you can see why this is such an important kind of stat to go for when you're really trying to push content, and damage ends up being one of the things that is kind of lacking the most. So we're down to the end of the wire here. Another C tier. So you can kind of tell they're very much like Soul Awakenings. If we did 40 Soul Awakenings, we'd probably get this many C tiers. However, I feel like we should have got at least a B tier so far, but we did not. The question is, if I want to cash in any more, oh my goodness, we got another upgrade right there. So now we're up to 30.7. I really want to keep going. However, that would mean I have to feed off more of these. You know what? For the sake of this video, I'm going to do it. We're going to cash both of these in right here, okay? So let's get going. Let's do 13 more. I feel like a B tier is on the horizon. Good lord, if the B tier doesn't have over 153.3% Maim, though, it'll feel so bad. You never know, we might get something God tier as well. Maybe? 5 more. Man, these are addicting once you do it, especially since there's no animation. You can just like fly through these, waste all your resources in a split second. I mean, I think I'm gonna be happy with the C tier and getting 30.7 Maim. Bam, right there. So we have up to 30.7. Of course, Assassins get a bonus, but we don't really use Assassins, we use Warriors. So we have 30.7 there, and then on top of that, in Void Campaign, like I said, we're getting an additional 11%. So that is pretty substantial, and that is going to definitely increase our amount of damage we're doing in like every game mode. So don't sleep on Maim. It's a stat a lot of people don't understand, but it's really, really good. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time. And good luck if you try these as well. Most likely you shouldn't.